Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. I'm Christine. I'm glad you're here. Welcome to another MLM Top Fails video. It is Top Fails number 14. And I wanted to challenge myself. That's why it is the MLM A to E edition. Because I wanted to start looking into MLMs I typically don't come across. They're not necessarily that prominent on social media, or at least I don't really have an eye for these. And I thought this is a great idea. And I did run across a lot of MLMs. I'm already prepping for other videos because we're going all the way to Z. So the edition will continue, and I already stumbled across a lot of MLMs I typically wouldn't have looked into. While I like to react to Monate and iGenius reps, I think it is also interesting and fair and fine to look at other MLMs as well and to see what they're up to. If you wonder, Christina, why is it so dark? It is because it is yet again a beautiful sunny day out in Berlin City, and that's why it looks really dungeony yet again in this office. In addition to that, people are also doing construction work yet again in the apartment below me. So if you hear weird noises, it could be my stomach or the people down below doing construction. It's a Saturday, it's fine. But they of course have to start doing the noisy stuff when I start filming. But let's stop the complaining and let's start complaining about MLMs in MLM Top Fails number 14, the A to E edition. I'm overthinking this a bit, but I really like this. Let's start with Amare. Demon. Now, I'm not going to react to every letter from A to E, but I'm going to feature Amare for the first time. Let's start with A, with a post from an Amare rep. Amare describes themselves as the mental health company, which is abysmal in itself, because they're not only preying on vulnerable people who might need money, but also, I assume, on people with mental health problems, which is shitty. And in the end, what they do is they sell overpriced supplements. This individual is in the MLM Amare, and she is heavily featuring the happy drink or the happy juice. I believe she calls it the happy drink on her social media. She will come up in another video as well with this happy drink, with this happy juice. Let me be very clear. It's not about the sale. I've always been an open book and willing to share with people the real, raw, honest Lacey. I don't know how else to do life, so I will give it to you straight. It's about how these supplements changed the atmosphere in my home. It's about how they have helped me to heal and show up as the best version of myself for the people I adore most. So whether they're on sale or full price, I will continue to buy them every month without fail and never miss a day. Because healing is a small, consistent daily thing. The sale is just a bonus. Another thing I would never try to sell you on trying something I don't love and wholly believe in. My integrity is important to me and I care too much about you to do that. If you are ready to start living the best version of yourself, then what in the world are you waiting on? Go ahead, tell me, I'll wait. But if it's costs, well, lucky you. I can help with that too. That post, in my opinion, is already sketchy because how are supplements changing the atmosphere in your home? Supplements will also not help you to become the best version of yourself. They're there to help you supplement something that you might be lacking in your diet, whether it is protein, whether it is vitamins, whatever it is. And the fact that reps in Amare that calls themselves the mental health company posts stuff like this is very concerning in my opinion. And the sale is just a bonus. Most, if not all, MLM products are way overpriced for what they are. So if something is on sale, it is being heavily promoted. Products are still way overpriced. But what I want to specifically point out, and there will be another post following this one, is to look at the hashtags. Because in my opinion, they pretty much expose the hypocrisy and the facade that is going on there. Clean eating, mental health, functional medicine, self-care, nutritionist. To my knowledge, this person is not a nutritionist. Constipation, healing, inflammation, gut health, lifestyle, health and wellness, probiotic diet, prebiotics, weight loss journey, food, autoimmune disease, chronic illness, natural immune system. So you're supposed to be a mental health company, but you're also encouraging me to do clean eating, and she's pitching mental health, functional medicine, so not necessarily medicine based on facts and on actual medical professionals who had to go to university for years and then actually learned the job to do that. Got it. Self-care, nutritionist, constipation, healing, inflammation. I think she's trying to cover all of the bases there. That in itself is a red flag, but let's get into the next post because I found it hilarious. And the next post is from Amare themselves. Yes, that is Amare Global, and they have posted this picture under the caption, "Your new mental wellness life awaits you." What do you think of when you take a look at this picture? Maybe it is just my dirty mind, but mental health doesn't come to my mind. If you have a woman dressed like this, very well trained, very defined body, very attractive, and you're promoting your new mental wellness life. The link is in the bio. I don't care about your stupid link, Amare. They also have a lot of stupid hashtags under this post. Vitamins, health, healthy living, vegan, more vitamin, just without the S. Weight loss, detox, Vitamind, lifestyle, workout, gym, energy, beauty, everything. So that is the mental health company. And they're posting this because how else do you display mental health than with a very attractive white woman who is trained very well, who has an attractive body? Yeah. But then again, I thought maybe that is just my mind and I'm just very suspicious and I'm just a bitch. It looks like I'm not the only one with a dirty mind because there are lots of accounts in the comment section asking for the picture so that they can feature it on their fitness and their workout Instagram page. I'm not surprised that Amare is putting up this facade, and I'm also not surprised that their own reps put up this facade. Yeah, that's Amare, a big fat mental wellness no. After uncovering the Amare facade, let's go over to Beauty Counter and the Never List. The next post is from a Beauty Counter rep, an MLM that sells clean beauty, and they're trying to watch out for the ingredients list. They're also now available in retail stores in the USA, in Ulta, so they're not exclusively working as an MLM anymore. Let's see how that is working out. I do believe they're testing out whether the MLM model will make them more money or the actual retail sales model will do. And maybe they're shutting the one or the other down. But that is the MLM we're speaking about. And in my opinion, fear-mongering is a huge part of Beauty Counter's pitch. This individual had this post up: women who use non-clean makeup absorb up to 5 pounds of chemicals into their body each year. Cosmetic products aren't subject to FDA approval, which means a company can use any mixture of ingredients, chemicals, and toxins to create their products without having to put them through proper safety studies before selling them. The US sees ingredients as innocent until proven guilty, which means they make money without putting your health first. In other countries, they have to prove an ingredient is safe before allowing them to use it in their formulas. Furthermore, the last time any change to the law that regulates the self-care industry was in 1938. Over 80 years, hundreds of studies, observations of harm, and proof that certain ingredients, chemicals cause harm, and still no law that says a company can't use it. What's even worse, if a reaction, injury, or anything leading to harm does occur, a manufacturer doesn't have to report it, nor do they have to recall the item. They can just brush it under the rug and hope no one notices. But what's the big deal? 5 pounds of chemicals being absorbed into the body each year is what's the big deal. Some of these chemicals imitate the body's natural hormones, which can interfere with everything in our body hormone related. Puberty, breast development, emotions, stress, fertility, metabolism, response to injury, energy level, environmental stressors, and more. It's not just estrogen we're talking about either. Blah, blah, blah acts as an anti-inflammatory, maintains blood sugar level, blood pressure, and muscle strength. Blah, blah, blah controls blah, 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 blah. Just to name a few. Pause it yourself and try to read it if you want to. I'm not even going to bother because I will mispronounce these names anyway. Just to name a few. It's up to us to read our labels if we want to protect our hormones and the many functions our hormones do for us. Source, book, woman, code, perfect your cycle, amplify your fertility, supercharge your sex drive, and become a powerful source. At least she's trying to cite sources. I actually do appreciate that. I would not necessarily have a huge issue with this post, except it does include a lot of fear mongering, and you could just say, hey, be careful what you put onto your body, whether it is creams, whether it is body care, cosmetics, etc. But this is a beauty counter consultant, and ultimately they try to pitch you Beauty Counter because it is supposed to be a clean company with clean product lines. As I've mentioned before, Beauty Counter is now also available retail in Ulta. There was an article about that. 10 years after launching Beauty Counter, further expands its reach and continues its commitment to leading the clean beauty movement. That was in February 23 that this article came out. Beauty Counter, the leader in clean beauty, today announced a new partnership with Ulta Beauty, the nation's largest beauty retailer. Beginning February 26, Beauty Counter products will be available on Ulta.com and in 500 Ulta Beauty stores across the US. Launch into Ulta Beauty comes as Beauty Counter celebrates its 10-year anniversary, marking a decade of pioneering clean beauty movement. So they're staying away from certain ingredients, from certain chemicals, etc. There are lots of clean beauty or organic beauty companies out there. At least it is the case in Germany, and I don't see anything wrong with that either. I think it is important that you watch out what you put onto your face and what you put onto your body. I will not take a look at the entire article. I will not go through every single page and every single letter, but I will pop it up here and you can pause it if you want to take a look at that yourself. But it pretty much says that Beauty Counter is selling skincare and cosmetics, clean beauty. We're excluding a lot of ingredients that are potentially harmful. We're an award-winning company with award-winning products, blah, blah, blah. And of course, Beauty Counter received a lot of attention ever since they launched in Ulta stores in February of 2023. They also claim that Beauty Counter is the leader in cleaner skincare and cosmetics whose mission is to get safer products into the hands of everyone. I do believe that Beauty Counter is also trying to poke into this fear-mongering. They're being more professional on the surface, of course, but that is their ultimate pitch. Our products are better, we exclude certain ingredients, and their claim to fame is the never list. But Beauty Counter, as do a lot of companies, say that they uphold certain standards they don't have to in their countries, specifically in the US. This information popping up right here is from Beauty Counter's own website. I will not go through every line, but I will pop all of the information up so you can take a look and you can take a screenshot or you can pause if you want to. But Beauty Counter says that they're committed to a health and safety standard that goes well beyond what is legally required in the United States. The Never List is made up of more than 2,800 questionable or harmful chemicals we never use as ingredients in our products. This includes nearly 1,700 chemicals banned or restricted in personal care products by the European Union, plus additional chemicals, blah, blah. Since I'm somebody who lives in the EU, I found that very interesting and I thought, let me take a look at that. And on their website, you can download the list, which is nice. You also have an overview over certain ingredients. I cannot pronounce half of these, so I will not even try. When you take a look at the actual Never list that is available on their website, I was a little bit surprised because that is the list you can download. When creating our products, we prohibit the use of 2,800 plus ingredients, including. You can clearly see that this is not a list of 2,800 ingredients. Would I have gone through every freaking single item on that list? No, potentially not. But I found it a little bit suspect that they say they have a list of thousands of ingredients they ban, but they only mention a few. There is no list available from Beauty Counter with the 2,800 ingredients they claim they have banned from their very own products. Not saying that that is not the case, that they're not banning those products, that they don't use those, but there is no list available online with 2,800 ingredients. I have also seen different types of numbers that were mentioned. Some spoke about less than 2,000, some spoke about less than 1,000, but that is what Beauty Counter claims themselves. I found another list available that is supposed to be the Never list. That is from another website. That is yet again not 2,800 ingredients. And I'm aware I'm a little bit nitpicky here, but if that is your claim to fame, that you are the cleaner more healthy alternative, then I would suspect that you have that list available somewhere. Spoiler, they don't. Here you can see again that Beautycounter is speaking about 2,800 questionable ingredients. But then again on their Facebook, they also promised the never list with 1,800 plus ingredients. That is from 2020. It could be that they have added more products, but I have also not found a list with 1,800 ingredients banned. I found that rather interesting. Then there's a Forbes article. Take Forbes also with a grain of salt. I've reacted to them before, and an article from them in a Scentsy video. That didn't go too well. But I made an update. That didn't go too well either for Scentsy. Forbes is an outlet that is not necessarily critical of MLMs, I believe, but here they speak about clean beauty. It can be a dirty business. Beautycounter, Sephora, and Procter & Gamble are changing that. So they're pretty much in favor of 3 companies, and they're also including Beautycounter here. I will once again not go through every single word and every single page here as well, but they're also pretty much harping on the fact that Beautycounter captures the confusion, controversy of the industry, and Beautycounter is banning a lot of products, a lot of ingredients as well, because they want to be the safe alternative. They pretty much, like Arbonne, also say they are as safe as the companies in Europe, for example, because we in Europe get the good products, the healthy ones, the ones that are not that suspicious, because the European Union does ban a lot of ingredients. Which is true, but we will get into that in a second as well. So they're pretty much saying that clean beauty companies, lots of them, they just promote a cleaner lifestyle, but they have nothing to back this up with. But Beautycounter, among others, is one of those good companies that are really doing the do, that are really switching up their games when it comes to the products, which can very well be. And I'm not saying that Beautycounter is trying to pull the wool over our eyes. I do believe that they try to be a cleaner company. That is their claim to fame. That is their PR mechanism. But I find it sketchy that although they're that clean and their never list is being promoted by themselves and also by other outlets, it's mentioned here, that you don't have a full list. Where are the 2,800 ingredients that you ban? They're not available. At least I couldn't find them. If you have access to that list, please let me know. Would I have gone through a list of 2,800 ingredients that I probably cannot even pronounce? No, I wouldn't. But I find it hilarious that on their own website, they have this little overview and then other ingredients, among others, might be mentioned, but you don't really list those. That doesn't make sense to me. If you want to have a certain credibility because you ban so many ingredients, and you have this never list that you promote so heavily, then you should also be able to show the never list. Right? Transparency. I'm not seeing a lot of transparency here, and that's why, once again, Forbes is not my friend. That is a point that they're completely missing out on. I did not find a list with 1,700 or 2,800 plus ingredients from Beautycounter that is the never list. But let's talk about the European Union banning certain ingredients. That is something, if you are interested in the MLM world, you might have also heard from Arbonne, who of course also have clean products, etc. And it is true that the EU does not allow the import of certain products or of certain ingredients. The EU cosmetics regulation, I will also link it down below if you want to take a look at that yourself, has rather strict requirements. That is true, because they claim it is products you put on your face and on your body, and then you wash them off after a couple of hours or after some hours. And that is why the security, the production, and the obligation to notify for producers of products and of importers is very important. And I don't disagree with that. The intake of food is very important to keep that monitored, as well as the things that you wear on your body, that you rub on your body, that stays on your body like a body lotion, or like cosmetics, like they mention here, the products that are on your skin for a good amount of time, for a good amount of hours probably, and then you wash them off. I cannot speak on the experience of people living in the United States because I don't live there. You do, please comment on that, feel free. But in Germany, for example, the federal states, so the Federal Republic of Germany, is being split up into 16 federal states, so that there is a certain power balance between the overall political environment, the overall political field, but then the individual federal states also have their responsibilities. And the federal states in Germany, I live in the federal state of Berlin. Most people probably know Berlin and Bavaria. Those are federal states here. And the organs that supervise cosmetics are also the organs that supervise food. That is why they also follow certain rather strict restrictions. And I find that really good because it is a clear insight into how the federal states work, how the government works, how stuff is being monitored. Let's face it, the government doesn't have a gazillion people, so they will also not be able to monitor every single thing. Same if you run a restaurant. Yes, there might be certain people observing that here or there, unannounced or announced, but they don't have the ability to observe everything. That is very clear, but I still think it is a good and it's a rather tight-knit structure that is rather favorable. What I don't understand, though, is why the fear-mongering, like on this post, for example, that I showed you in the beginning, for the US customers. I have lived in the United States as well for 13 months. I lived in Minnesota for a year, and then I spent a month in Florida before I went back home. I have also used local products, and I think I have a pretty good overview of what brands are available in the United States and in Germany. And it might surprise you, but some of them are identical. Did you know we also have Maybelline here? L'Oreal, Essence, Catrice, Fenty Beauty, Huda Beauty. Procter & Gamble products are available here as well. Do you know we also have Head & Shoulders shampoo? Did you know that? You probably didn't know that. Because it looks like a lot of companies are already adhering to those higher European standards. While some people might say, well, it's rather ridiculous, I think it is good. I think it is good to write that down just for legality as well. You shouldn't put arson into your hair products or into your cosmetics. I think that is pretty clear, but there is a legal basis to sue somebody and to take something off the market and to kick a company out and to not allow a company to import their products if that is written down in the law, in the European law and also in the local law. Those two, they have to get together hand in hand. That is sometimes a struggle. As somebody who works in the media industry, in the regulatory field, in the compliance field, those two are not always working together very well. Sometimes the local law is against the European law and the other way around. But I think it is good also for safety reasons, absolutely. But in my experience, that doesn't mean that the people that are in the United States are now infested with chemicals because they put a foundation on their face that is also available here. I could go to DM right now and I could pick out a whole lot of foundations, and you from the US would probably be like, oh yeah, we also have that here at Target and Walgreens. We're good to go. These are the same products, very likely with the same ingredients, because it doesn't make sense for a company to produce something and then to change the ingredients depending on the different countries where you sell that. You don't have a Maybelline foundation for dry skin that is different in the US, in Canada, in South America, in Germany, in England, in France, in Spain, in Italy. You get the gist. We have the same products here. Certain products cannot be imported or have to be heavily regulated. That is true. There are certain products I cannot purchase from the US because the products hold an ingredient I'm not allowed to use here, which is fine with me. A lot of those products, by the way, are also products that are connected to pharmaceutical products. So you couldn't go into a supermarket here, into a discounter here, and get melatonin stuff so that you can sleep better. At least not the medical grade that I have seen you can get in Target or in Walgreens, for example. Those are included there as well. That is why I find this fear-mongering weird. When I lived in the United States, I put products on my face from CoverGirl, from Maybelline, from L'Oreal. I didn't make a lot of money back then. I was at the drugstore if I wanted something, and I was doing fine. My body wasn't infested with 5 pounds of chemicals over the course of that year. And if you are an individual that likes to wear makeup and cosmetics, I would assume that you're fine as well. If you have certain sensitivities or sensibilities towards certain ingredients or products, or there's something that is important to you, like you want the product to be vegan, not tested on animals, etc. You don't like the scent of chamomile or lavender, then you will very likely steer away from certain products, and that is awesome. But that doesn't mean that you will die because you live in the United States, because you use a foundation there. Just saying. But back to the beauty counter app in the beginning. This never list with 2,800 chemicals banned from beauty counter products. More than the 1,700 banned in the EU where I live. Where is the list? Show me the list. And what kind of products are on that list? Mars dust? Could be. I don't know. I've never seen that full list. Guinea pig poop? Also, if that's the case, how dare you? Because guinea pigs, they actually need to eat their own poop because they cannot produce vitamin on their own. I know way too much about guinea pigs. What is in this list? I don't know. And if that is the claim to fame from Beauty Counter, I would expect them to give me a little bit more information, aka the full list. Where is the list? Show me the list. And this never list with the miraculous 2,800 ingredients is also not available on Ulta. I looked that up. If you are a major retailer in one country, I thought if the information is available, it should be available there. It is not. Just putting it out there. I'm not saying that Beauty Counter has harmful ingredients and that they're not trying to be more clean than others, that they're watching out for the ingredients, but I don't know where that 2,800 never list is. If you have access to that list, please let me know. In that case, I would actually do a dedicated video and just go through the list. For 13 hours and 2,800 ingredients. Anywho, I would for sure take a closer look at that. So that is Beauty Counter, another fail. Number one, because of fear-mongering, in a way from the company as well, in my opinion, for sure from this representative, and then also for not fully showing us your list. Where's the list? Beauty Counter, show me the list. The next post is from a Bombparty rep. Another MLM I've never reacted to. I actually wanted to take a closer look at Bombparty and I asked for access to Facebook groups, but I was denied all of these. So if you have access or information or background information on Bombparty MLMs, I would appreciate it if you would let me know. I will also from now on, by the way, link my email address below because some people have reached out and have asked me to react to certain content. And it is easiest if you have access to content to screen record that, upload that to your Google Drive, and then you can just share it with my email. So it is linked down below to cdbeautyhunter@yahoo.de. In the box down below, I also have my Instagram handle. If you want to DM me something, please feel free to do so. And you might have recognized I also have my TikTok account in there, but I've never posted on TikTok. But anywho, if you want to let me know something or if you would like to send me something, please feel free to download it and then share it with my email or to message me on Instagram via direct message. I think that is the easiest way. But let's take a look at Bombparty. First of all, I think it's a weird concept, and you will see in a second why. This is a multi-level marketing company that sells bombs. No, they don't. They pretty much sell jewelry wrapped up in some sort of material that then dissolves in water, and it is being done in a very showy way. It looks like fun, I have to admit that. So let's take a look at the unbombing first. Let's take a look what happens there, what the customer got, what kind of jewelry, and then we will move on. Unbombing. Sounds wrong.
Fizz a sterling with me. This is a size 8. We're going to sprinkle her with some diamond juju. Make sure all the diamond dust gets in there. She's going in. Let's see what we get. I love that fizz. That purple is gorgeous. Here she is. She's ready. We dry her off. Here is her profile. She is not chunky. Let's see what she is. All right. Ooh, we got bands. This is the Sterling Club, RBP 4633. She is lab created Swiss topaz on 0.925 solid sterling silver, and her suggested retail is $240. This is two completely separate bands. What do you guys think? Is this something you'd want to add to your jewelry collection? Let me know.
I don't want to add this to my jewelry collection. Now, this is the principle of these bomb parties. You have a piece of jewelry that is in this fabric, then an excited bomb party rep. And I mean, she looked like she was having fun doing that, because it looks like fun. I think what is really the interesting part about these types of MLMs is the actual revelation of what you're getting. This is the event. The audio was pretty off. It was like there was a fan in the back and you heard that more prominent than what she was actually saying. I also didn't quite understand what the diamond juju was that she then sprinkled on top and then rubbed into this thingy, because it didn't show up much. It's the fizzing of the material, and then it's the revelation of the ring, which in my opinion is also a little bit anticlimactic, because it is in this foil so that it's water protected. Then you have to open that up. Then you also have to open up another layer, which I understand. You don't want to ruin the stuff because it's been in water for too long or in this fizzy thing. But still, it's a little bit anticlimactic. But I understand why people like this. This is sterling silver with real stones, etc., worth more than $200 something. I have a hard time to believe that. Now, if you go on Instagram or if you go on TikTok, when you have these unfizzings, these unboxings, or also oyster MLMs do with pretty much the same thing, the stuff that you see that is not live is very likely the highlight of the unfizzing. So you probably won't see her unfizz a really, really cheap looking childish ring that looks like it is worth €3. This didn't look appealing to me personally. It is not the worst. I have seen worse. And speaking of worse, let's go to the Bombparty website to take a look what they offer, how much you have to pay, what you have to do if you want to also have a fizzing of a piece of jewelry, and what you can expect. When you go to Bombparty's website, they show you their products. You have the original collection, the original kids collection, the magic something collection, another collection, a men's collection, and the jewelry is starting at $19.95. First of all, I find those pieces extremely ugly. They look very cheap. They do look like costume jewelry for the most part. There was no specific slide about the sterling collection. It wasn't on the website, so it didn't say how much you would have to pay for that. But I have a certain doubt that if you're able to purchase a product for $19.95, in that case, you would have to approach one of the representatives within the company, pay the $19.95. The person is unfizzing your product, and then it gets sent your way, and you pay $19.95 for that as a customer, but you might get a ring that is worth $200 or more. And those pricier looking sounding ones with better materials, they're probably far and few when it comes to the overall amount of product that is being shipped out by these jewelry Bombparty MLMs. Bombparty states on their own website in their FAQs, what is a ring bomb? Ring bombs are similar to bath bombs, but ring party bombs, wow, are not intended for your bath. No shitting, Sherlock. There are no essential oils or fragrances for these bombs. All ring bombs contain beautiful rings. That's a lie. There were lots of ugly rings on your website. With an estimated retail value between $25 and $500 each. So if you pay $19.95 for the rings, you will at least get something out that, according to Bombparty, is worth more. And I have my doubts. If I purchase a ring, $19.95, that's the price, I will at least get a ring that is worth $25. That would mean that the company doesn't survive. That is not possible. But I could also get a ring that is estimated at $500. Can I choose my size? Are these rings real? Yes, ring Bombparty rings are real. All of our rings are hand-picked, and we have many different metal band variations. Some of our rings are silver-plated, 925 sterling, white gold plated, and more. You don't know what you will get until you reveal. So those are the pricier ones that they estimate at $500. The ones we saw was allegedly sterling silver with a real ring, with a real stone, estimated over $270. How is this a business model that is going to work? It is not possible if Bombparty, the company, purchases rings at $25 and sells them to you for $19.95. Now, they say it is estimated retail value, and I would like to understand their sources, how they're estimating that retail value. It is like an ugly shirt you see on a hanger, and it was formerly 180 euros. Now it is on sale for $3. You know that there is something wrong. These rings, if you're able to purchase these for $19.95, for the most part, except maybe for those true gems, are very, very low in production cost. And you're pretty much paying into this. You can have a fun time for $20 if you just like the party event. I get that. I wouldn't want to do that because I don't want to support an MLM. But if you actually expect to get a high valued ring out of that, I would be very, very careful. First of all, how likely is it that you get a white gold plated ring? And that doesn't mean that it's a full gold ring. It just means that it's plated to the surface. Can be super thin, then it's scratchy, etc. And it's estimated at $500. That doesn't mean that you will have a great deal. If these products are products you can purchase for $19.95, the cost of production is very low. I'm pretty sure of it. So just be careful. If you do this for the event, that is one thing. If you do this because you think you might get a real gem, be very, very careful, because that could be considered a scam, in my opinion, allegedly. Like I said, Bombparty is a multi-level marketing company, so I don't just want to glaze over this. They have a phenomenon fast start kit where you can allegedly earn $450 and possibly much more in free product credit in your first 3 months. So you're not even getting paid for that, you get free credit. That is beautiful. Put out my glasses because this is not readable for me. It's an MLM. That's why it's a recruitment-based business. If you throw a party and you're able to sell something, you will be rewarded with 25 to 37.5% on personal customer sales, like what we've seen the lady did with the unfizzing of this ugly sterling silver ring. But then, of course, if you want to start building a team, you can do so, and you can sponsor people. In that case, you get $50 free product credit for each boost pack you sell. So there are also certain requirements attached to that. And then 100 free product credit for each launch pack you sell when you enroll a new party rep. Since it's an MLM, you will be able to make more money via recruitment than via selling the products. And then you have advanced boost inventory to sell to customers and grow faster. Also have the ability to get free product credits. I assume you can use the free product credit then to buy other products, to buy more products, to unfizz them. And that way you can start to make money, but that is the fast start. So if you're interested in that, you have to reach out to a rep to become a rep. I just wanted to add this there because after all, it's an MLM. It might sound and it might look like a lot of fun, but in the end, you're supporting a predatory system, a multi-level marketing company. You're not just buying an event like this. Just wanted to put this out there because otherwise it might come across as something that is super fun. But then in the end, it is still a multi-level marketing company where you can make the most money if you're able to recruit a lot of people rather than you selling the products. And finishing the Bombparty section off, I'm going to show you a TikTok from somebody who is a consultant in Bombparty, because whenever I say that the representatives are also the best customer, there is somebody in my inbox or in my DM telling me like, no, you're so negative, you're so wrong. And this is yet again an example that proves that I'm not. I will not be able to play the audio, but just to wrap this up, if you are in a multi-level marketing company, you're also the best customer. You either have to purchase these products yourself to then do the Bombparty, to then do the unfizzing, or you can use your credit rewards, or you can get the stuff for a certain percentage off. But that is quite a restock. So just be very careful, because just something looks fun, because it looks like a fun event digitally, it might not be a great business opportunity, and in this case it for sure is not, because it's a multi-level marketing company, and you will very likely lose a lot of money, whether it is Bombparty or any other event like MLM. The next video is from a Dollhouse consultant, and I've reacted to this specific person and to Dollhouse before in either MLM Top Fails number 1 or 2. They launched last year, and they're selling lash systems, those magnetic lashes, and they're also venturing into nails. Systems you can do at home so that you don't have to go to a salon. And the person I reacted to is somebody who was in other MLMs before. She was in Color Street, and she joined when the CEO of the company of Dollhouse reached out to her, asked her to work together with her on the compensation plan. So she was able to join very, very early during the pre-launch phase with a special connection to the owner of the company. And she was also able to join with probably a good amount of people that were already on her team because she was in Color Street before.
I spent 2022 building my business, and I feel like in 2023, I should spend some time teaching people how to build a business. But that means sometimes I might say things that hurt your feelings because I'm just going to be real, and we're not in the same market that we've been in. Even some of the really expensive, like marketing experts, they're still teaching strategies from 2 or 3 years ago, and that's just not where we're at. It doesn't work anymore. Sending a "Hey Girl" message in 2023 is like trying to get someone to pay you back after 1997.
I don't disagree with that. Here's the thing though. She was able to join Dollhouse with an already existing team, already being considered a leader in the pre-launch phase, with a heavy connection to the owner of Dollhouse. So there's, in my opinion, already a certain amount of favoritism happening, and that is kind of the claim to fame for this person. She's considered a leader, one of the higher ups. She might even be the very first rep, for sure one of the first who joined Dollhouse. So last year she joined, and this year she's going to help other people. There are certain outdated marketing tactics, such as cold messaging and MLMs. They have a bad name for sure. But I would argue if you were able to leave Color Street with a good amount of people, your marketing tactic is pretty much irrelevant because you were able to build a team in another MLM and you joined a new one. Because you were able to leave your old MLM with lots of people, joined a new one during the pre-launch phase, and that is probably how you were able to reach the top of the compensation plan there. So marketing might not be the top priority for this individual.
No. So show up consistently. Be transparent. Be authentic. And let them come to you. Let them come to you.
Showing up, being consistent in what you do is good in any way, shape, or form. If you do something lackluster here or there, whether it's your job, whether it's a side hustle, whether it's a hobby, you will not get better and you will not get more information and you will not be able to be successful. I don't necessarily disagree with that. Yet again, in an MLM, you could show up every single day consistently for the end of your life and never see financial success. Because unless you're able to recruit people or sell a product, you will not be compensated in an MLM. Be transparent. I'm honestly lacking transparency here because she hasn't mentioned how she was able to rise in the ranks in Dollhouse. I was in an MLM before, already had a big-ass team, I have a connection to corporate. That's why I'm successful here. I mean, that's easy to say. That would be very transparent, but that's kind of missing here. And then what? Be authentic, be yourself? Yeah, that would be advisable for a lot of people, but I would argue if you join a multi-level marketing company, you will lose a lot of yourself, and you will probably become a copycat of what your upline looks like, or of what their upline looks and sounds like. It's not necessarily about looks. It's about the way you present yourself, about handing over a script. In the end, most MLMers in one company, they They all sound the same. They all use the same script when they're on the same team. That is why I believe that most MLMers will lose their authenticity.
Share your offer. If they want it, they will find you. I have one more. Number 5 is calm down and listen. If somebody comes to you because they're interested in your business or your product, listen to them. They will tell you everything that you will need to close this deal, but you have to be willing to listen. You have to shut up and let them talk.
I don't disagree with that, but it's easier said than done, because when you're at the top of the compensation plan and you have already an income that is presumably at least all right, it is easy for you to say, I'm leaning back and I'm waiting for people to come to me, and then I'm listening to you. Most people who join an MLM are in financial needs, or they're in need of something. But if they're financially not stable, they don't have the time to wait until people come to them, and then they will start to cold message. I would also argue that most people who claim, let people come to you, don't cold message them, listen to them. They're not necessarily very honest there, because at some point, I'm pretty sure you have to reach out to people. Post something on your social media, you will engage with people, and you will try to steer the conversation towards your business opportunity. So just because somebody who is in an MLM who's considered a leader says, listen to them, wait for them to come to you, it doesn't mean that they're not also doing a variation of cold messaging themselves. And I don't disagree with that. Listen to them. They will tell you everything they need to know. And that is why, in my opinion, MLMs and those tactics are predatory. Listen to their needs. What are they lacking? Financial security? Promise them that. A community of people? Promise them that. I'm doing a lot of interpretation here, and I'm very critical of MLMs, clearly, but that is what I hear from this pitch. And then the caption says, I'm not trying to hurt your feelings, I'm trying to grow your downline. By doing that, she's also growing her very own downline. It is people who will tell you tough love, that's what I'm giving you, but I just want the best for you. It might be true for some people, but I don't think that's necessarily the case in an MLM. Because if you teach your team how to grow their business, how to sell a product, how to recruit people, you're ultimately also doing that for yourself. And I would argue that's the first and foremost point where you're doing that. Not because you're looking out after other people, but because your own paycheck depends on it. Every person on your team that sells a product is somehow contributing to the team efforts that then benefit you. Either because you get a certain percentage of the commission yourself, or because the person is contributing to a team volume, to a downline volume, to a generational volume, to a bonus volume, etc. And every person that is being recruited into your team, into your downline, is also beneficial to you, more so than a product being sold. So be very careful in MLMs. If people say, I don't want to hurt your feelings, it's probably a way to say, I'm going to yell at you at some point because you're not doing enough and I'm not benefiting enough. That's what I hear from this. The next and last MLM for this top fails is Enagic. Yes, we've already reached the E from A to E. Enagic is the MLM, the company that sells water filters, and the product is called Kangen. That is the water filters connected to this company. Might be a little complicated, but since this is Top Fails A to E, I'm going to include the company here, Enagic. So Enagic is a Japan-based MLM. It was founded in 1974, and the distributors are selling alkaline ionizers that produce Kangen water in the Kangen water machines. Like I said, Kangen is the product, and they're claiming that it's the best alternative to you living the most clean and best life with the most clean and best alkaline ionized water. So in the end, it's a machine that filters water. It's a water machine, but if you tell that to a Kangen-han, they're not that happy about this. There are lots of machines. I will pop up some here as well so that you can take a look at those. They're freakishly pricey, thousands of dollars. And what is really scary, some machines can even speak to you. Enagic, are you nuts? Have you seen the Terminator? And you're creating a water filter machine, an alkaline ionizer that is talking? Ooh, hasta la vista, baby. We will be back. So the machines are going to haunt you. That is a very concerning thought. So this is the Enagic 48th anniversary interviews with distributor leaders. I would like you to pay attention to the potential age of the people speaking. These are all distributors and they're considered leaders in the company. I'm not age shaming, I'm just saying maybe pay attention to the people that are considered leaders in an MLM that has been around for 48 years.
My name is Cynthia Briganti.
Eli Dafish, Penguin, Lydia Dafish, Bob Gradelli,
Jelena Dafish. I am a 6A14-7. 6A6-4.
Sit A I believe Enagic's success is because of the founders of the company, Mr. and Mrs. Oshiro.
I think not a secret. We have to create the leader.
Perseverance, respect, accept and move on and never give up.
They look at all of us as their children. And when you go to Okinawa, when you get to 6A23 and above, they plant a tree in your name. And that's all about having a home to plant your roots in.
We can't serve others unless we truly serve ourselves. I always say, Enagic isn't about hype, we're all about hope.
I have to keep my energy, my fire in me all the time. Also educate our downlines and solve the problem for them.
I love it. Failure for me is like it's a great success because that's gonna be my stair to climb the top. Failure makes me a stronger producer.
The first thing I think about when I think of family is how much time I have to invest in them. And one thing about Enagic is it allows you to create the ultimate lifestyle to where you can actually be with your family every moment of the day and provide them the best of health and the best of opportunity. The idea really is to love people and use money. And that's Mr. Oshiro. He loves people. But he uses the success of the company to pay it back to the distributor. You feel protected. You feel like he's got your back.
It's not about possessions. They believe in giving back to the community, giving back to the island they live on.
He's just so kind-hearted and humble. When you come into Enagic, you know that it's home.
When you come to Enagic, you need to understand it's a cult. In my subjective opinion, if a company and if the CEOs of a company treat you like their children, then run. Have you seen Midsummer? Have you? That's the kind of children I'm talking about. This sounded all very, very culty to me. These are not just your 20-something girlies and boys who are on their Instagram and who are telling you how they're living their best lives by selling water filters that are not just water filters that are going to change your life. These are people that probably have been within the company for a lot of time. And why is a CEO loving you? Well, because you make the money. Who are the people that are able to make money in MLMs? It's the owners, the CEOs of the company, and also potentially the leaders that were able to start early and that were able to build a big enough downline so that they have to work a lot less and that they can also survive when times are rough. The people that you probably see on your Instagram are the people that are not even able to sell one water filter in a year, in 2 or in 3 years, and they're spending a lot of money on this company. Just imagine you have to spend couple of thousands of dollars on this buffoonery. And in my opinion, the CEO of the company is not more special. I do believe that there are certain ideas, certain spirituality, certain values in Japan that are very specific to Japan rather than values that we know in Europe or in the United States, Canada, etc. But that doesn't mean that that is a great individual. You're making them money, and that is why they will love you and treat you as their child. That is concerning, in my opinion. And if we take a look at the income disclosure statement, I forgot what one of the distributors said at what rank the CEOs will plant a tree in your name, but it is for sure one of the higher ones. So the rank names are already strange. This is an MLM that is typical, that looks like most MLM income disclosure statements. The majority of people are at the bottom ranks from 1A to 4A, and they make a median amount of $285 up to 1,669. If you joined that year and you bought a water filter yourself, you are already in debt. And there are only 7 people who were able to hit the highest rank, the 6A, 2, 6 and higher. Stop it. That is 0.02% of people in the company, and they might make median annual amount of $1.3 million. So you will have to shill a lot of filter machines. You will have to recruit a lot of people before the all-loving CEO of Enagic is planting a tree in your name, and before you will be able to see some money in return. And also, can we take a look at the potential median amount you can earn? That looks horrible, and that is before expenses, and that is before taxes. If you think about the type of product you have to sell, how specific that is and how pricey they are, I'm not surprised. So Enagic, it's a big fat no for me yet again. No matter how great your water filter machines allegedly are, there are lots of health claims as well about alkaline, ionized water, etc. I'm also currently looking into more content from distributors within this MLM. And in the end, they're just spreading a lot of unsubstantiated information that is not based on medical and scientific proof. So don't feel the pressure to buy a $3,000 water filter machine. You can just drink your regular tap water where the quality of the tap water is good. I'm very fortunate, I live in Berlin. And in addition to that, I also use a Brita water filter. It's a German company, by the way, so cheers to Brita. You're doing a good job, lady. You're doing a good job. Good enough for me, good enough for my health and for my water intake. So that was MLM Top Fails number 14, the A to E edition. If you have any suggestions, maybe about some random MLMs, please let me know. I'm also happy to include that in the next special MLM Top Fails. If you want to send me something because you would like me to react to something, please let me know as well. Like I said, everything is linked down below. If you have some sort of screen recording or a recording of content you would like me to react to, opportunity calls, team calls, Instagram, Facebook, please feel free to do that and then send that and give me access to my email, which will from now also be linked in the description below, or you can also DM me on Instagram. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate your support. More eyes looking out for content to react to means that there is a greater variety of MLMs I can cover, and it makes my life a lot easier as well. So thank you so much for the people who have reached out with suggestions and also with certain content. I really appreciate it. I hope you did like this MLM Top Fails video. If you did, please consider subscribing. If you liked this specific video, please give it a thumbs up. If you would like to let me know something, please feel free to do so in the comment section below. And yeah, if you liked this video and the hammering down below me, then hopefully I will see you in my next video. Until then, cheers!